install? How do you even install one of those? I've heard of
This is
them.
how you can start the stream. This is to embarrass me, I'm assuming.
We can talk
No,
about my curtain
we're
rod if you
impressed.
prefer. I'm pretty happy about that.
Well, it is your stream. No, the bidet installation was I hooked up some pipes, and that's it. That's kind of all it was. Nothing fancy.
The reason that's impressive is because if you get it wrong, everything explodes and water goes everywhere. I know this. Don't ask me how I know this.
What do
well-
you mean you know this? How? So
What,
I
did you have like a horrible water damage event?
I had an alligator in the bathroom. I think I've had enough experience with water damage and, floors leaking and raining in the basement.
Excuse me, but correct me if I'm wrong. A bidet and an alligator are very different items. Like they're not interchangeable, correct?
Pretty sure an alligator will like a bidet.
We are talking about bidets, not alligators.
Like,
Please follow the thread of this conversation.
I just make it about alligators. It's all I think of.
Well, I knew somebody, a coworker that had an alligator, and I think he showed me the picture of where it hung out. It looked like he just had a room, like a small apartment. He just had a room and with a big like kitty tub.
Yeah, hold on. Yeah, it's not the smartest thing you can do, but that is how you do it.
That's what do you mean it's
Yeah,
not
'cause
the
I mean,
smartest thing? That's
I
the way
guess-
we did it. We just gave her a room with like a little tub in it, and then she's like, "Oh, this tub sucks. I'm gonna put holes in it, and I'm gonna dominate your bathtub." It's like, thanks.
Well, yeah, she actually had run of the whole house, but she also had her own room.
So what happened? Did she poke a hole in the tub or something?
Yeah.
She learned well, not in the tub, but in the
it was a kiddie pool.
yeah, in the kiddie pool. She learned how to punch holes in the kiddie pool with her face.
Is this like one of those like old plastic ones, or
Yeah.
is this?
No, it's one of the classic ones that you would imagine you'd find at like a Big Lots or a toy store.
Yeah,
which
it wasn't-
actually, they're really hard to find.
It wasn't like an old plastic one. It was like new. We had to buy it with money. I remember that.
Well, I'm thinking back to when I was a kid, and we had a kiddie pool that was just like it was just like a big like thin plastic thing, and we probably ripped it to shreds.
Well, yeah, that's why
I
said
didn't know if
old.
it was that or if it was like an inflatable one or something like that.
No, never inflatable. That's just an obvious recipe for disaster. No, it was one of the classic old plastic, like thin plastic, pink or blue.
Yeah, I'd be nervous about that if it were me. If it big, I mean, I've run hydroponics indoors, like, and I've worried about it then too, because like, I don't know, like you're running a hydroponics setup. The water, like, there's nothing violent going on in there. It's not like the thing's gonna suddenly crack. But I don't know if there's like you kind of leave it alone for a few days, and you sort of wonder if like, oh, well, what if like, I don't know, something fell over in there and water was just dumping everywhere. It's just the kind of feeling that you have when you have like. It sounds like it was enough water for you to mention it. How much? What happened? Was there like, I don't know. Was it carpeted or was it hard floor?
It was hard floor, but
hard floor.
she strategically waited until we had guests that came to visit, and then they were like crashing on the basement couch, and so she's like, my room is directly above them. Now is the time. And so then they're like, wait a minute, why is it raining on us as we're sitting here in the basement in the middle of the room? It's like, oh, the alligator has chosen
like a lot of water.
Chosen now to make herself known. Well, it was like dribbles of water, but still like not optimal.
It took time because it was like the thing is the hole was on the side of the tub, so I'm not exactly sure how or why she was able to bite the side of the tub with her face. Because if you think of the logistics of the alligator, the teeth are up and down.
I still can't really imagine. Yeah, I can't really imagine how she did it to this day, because it's like, yeah, they open their mouth. They can't open their mouth like full, 90 degrees. So how could she get the teeth facing outwards enough? It's like not like she can get a flat. It's not like she could bite the floor, and that's basically the pool surface. So
normally when they bite, they need like a grip. Like they would grip an arm and bite.
Yeah, Firo says.
Firo says necks can twist. Well, yeah, but she needs a motive.
Well, their necks can twist, but they still can't like. There's like no angle that I could like rotate my head where I could take a big bite out of like the floor. You know what I mean? Like that's just not. It's a flat surface. I can't get that inside of.
the head and neck of an alligator is very simple. It's not like a goose or a cat. It's very
Very
it's
simple.
stationary.
I feel like, are you trying to like
All
low
you
key
need to-
call her dumb? Because she kind of was.
Well, no, yeah, but I'm answering Firu here about the next twisting now. So the thing was, I used flex tape to seal it again, which gave her like a target. It gave her a visual target to go after again. So she tried to bite that whole area because she saw the flex tape.
Yeah, Tally versus flex tape. That was fun.
They thought that.
I wonder if that's like how turtles attack things.
Those are more like
Have you
pliers.
ever-
I've seen those internet videos, yeah, where like a turtle will see like a bunch of white sneakers, and the turtle's like, "Yep, it's a Sunday, no problem." And then somebody puts like a black piece of tape on it, and like the little red eyes like just gleam on the turtle, and it just like starts attacking the black tape.
That's the thing about
Yeah.
alligators and the color white is that they think it's a cloud, so they will walk into it directly. So the side of the bathtub, no problem at all with that one because she thinks it's a cloud. But you get a pink kiddie pool, and all of a sudden there's a problem. So who knew? So of course what I did was it's like, okay, I need 2 kiddie pools to double it up. So I did that. But the problem is when you buy 6 kiddie pools, they really don't bend well to fit the back of the car. So you look like a fucking idiot when you have to return your kiddie pools to Walmart and be like, hey, these don't fit in my car.
Didn't she bite through the second layer as well? I thought, yeah, we started to construct the kiddie pools like we were building like a starship for like deep space, like vacuum environments. Like we need a second like bellwether like layer here. We need like first layer, outer hull, inner hull, like a period of space in between there to buffer like teeth impacts. And I think she still managed to
Yeah.
impact like the double layered hull of her kiddie pool.
Well, it's the sort of thing where based on the height of the water in the tub, her kiddie pool, determines how often the water will drain. So if she hits it high enough, it's never going to be an issue. And she couldn't hit the bottom of the kiddie pool, so there was never an issue there. But it was one of those, if the water level splashed hard enough, it would go through that hole. And then of course the problem is you have to look in the entire kiddie pool for a tiny pinprick of a hole that she has caused.
Yeah, it does sound pretty terrifying.
It's not terrifying.
Water damage is it? Well, water damage is just it's extremely damaging. It will just ruin parts of your house.
Well, that's true. Yeah, we had that a couple weeks ago with the humidifier. My fault, I guess. The humidifier wasn't on properly, and it ruined an entire piece of furniture.
Yeah, well, that was an old piece of
Ouch.
furniture. It was more like taking it out to pasture, in
Oh.
my view.
Yeah, that's true.
What was the
Morning.
piece of furniture?
It's something.
this is-
One time Liz was in a thrift store. I know,
It
right?
was an antique store.
Oh, an antique store. I'm sorry, an antique store. This is much
No,
much
this
fancier.
is a nice piece of furniture. I don't know why you're
It was.
shitting on my furniture.
You're the one that decided it had to be it had to be euthanized.
From the smell.
Yeah, exactly. And now you're telling me to like respect how nice it was? Are you kidding?
I took a photo of it by the trash. It was so nice. Oh, it was real bamboo. This Chinese bamboo with the lacquer. Oh, it's so fancy.
It was so fancy.
Is lacquer like a sealant?
No. No,
It's not.
it's,
Okay.
it's not. No, it's not. It's
So I'm
just
guessing it
decorative.
was very porous, unprotected wood.
It was old, but the problem is that it had an odor.
The problem, it's not even that the wood had a problem with the odor. It's that the inside of it was lined with some super absorbent, like satiny cloth of indeterminate origin that already was like kind of suspicious if you like really looked at it. And it's like, oh, as soon as you add moisture to this, it's game over. It's like it's not coming back.
Yeah. There's
Yeah.
no way to clean it, and even if you
Unless you want to grow
like,
mushrooms.
Uh-huh.
exactly. Even if you hook up a hairdryer to try to like dry off the inside, it's never gonna penetrate through because the humidifier just seeped into the whole entire thing. Actually, yeah, that's how I figured it out. It was raining in the basement again, and then I'm like, wait a minute, why is it raining in the basement?
We're not supposed to have weather down here.
Yeah, we're not. Second time. This time it was me.
Good lord.
So, yeah. So, that was a couple weeks ago.
Well, I'm gonna have that problem because I made sure that all the pipes had gaskets and that I put Teflon tape on the threads so that they would be sealed.
Hey, nice.
There will be no leak.
Good deal.
Yeah, so Gabe, when you asked, do I have experience damaging things with water and causing floods? You know,
Yeah,
I kind
if
of
I ever,
got a little, at least 2 things on my resume now. So
if I'm ever looking for somebody to do some extreme water damage,
We got
just
it.
I
invite
got
me
nobody
over.
in my corner.
We got it covered.
Oh yeah.
Just
Yeah.
invite Liz over for a good time. Bring your humidifier, Liz.
I'll bring my pets. It'll be amazing.
Bring your
Who
humidifier.
knows
Bring your
what I'll-
aquatic friends. What could go wrong?
Memo's power is about to
Isn't
go
it
down.
here?
Memo.
Oh, good. I'm glad your power's back, Mamo.
No, it's going down.
Oh, it's going down. Then I'm. What I said about being glad, please reverse that into sympathetic. Now I'm sympathetic.
Yeah, at least like save and close.
I'm
so
happy
don't
for
damage
you
your
if it's
electronics.
good, and sorry for you if it's bad.
I'm happy for you, or sorry that happened.
Check a box. Oh, Memo has some art though. Let's see what you got here, sir. Let me leave Picardo because it always threatens me.
Yeah, it's like if you leave
Has
the
Mamo
car.
ever just surprised you with like, I don't know, goatsy or something like that?
I don't know what that is.
No, not
Oh,
yet.
he
but
did
not
a
that
version
He
of the
probably knows.
She doesn't know what it is
Switch
because
the
she hasn't
curtain
found
now.
my secret folder.
Memo, that looks really cute. I like
Yeah, I'm pulling it
switching the
up on
characters
stream
around.
now.
It took me a minute. It's based on that one drawing you did.
Yeah, it's cool. It's got Paige in there. There's Mace with a more. I think that's Grace, the female version of Mace.
Grace, yes, yes.
Looks like Lilith
They
Lilith and Nama are
switched-
swapped out. Yeah.
Pull up the number around, yeah.
I like the sky. The AI can do some like really nice, really pretty skies.
They really can. Those guys
It
are
really, it
unbelievable.
does, it excels at backgrounds a lot, I think, depending on what model you use. But usually, these look like they may have been thrown through like Nina Banana or something like that, so that they can. You make your picture and you throw it through that, and it's just like, hey, make my picture better, and then it'll just make it better.
So, Dave, question about your artwork.
Make it epic.
You're duplicating layers into a folder. Is it for the underwater effect, or
Make
are you just
your
organizing?
I'm just kind of organizing so I can get my thoughts around how it's gonna work right now. So having like
Okay,
a mid-ground layer, a background layer, so that way it's easier to isolate them based on their depth in the image, which might get important since this is going to be an animation background. I'm not sure if you guys. The plan with this is it's a birthday present for Liz that she asked for
Yeah.
on her last birthday. I'm working on it, but it's a birthday.
Nearly a year ago.
Yeah, but one of the reader suggestions actually was Lilith in the Starfall Mountain, like from the Volume 2 scene. So we're actually going to animate that. So there's going to be blah, blah, blah. There's going to be a lot of like actually animated water ripples and waterfalls and things like that. So the ability to isolate things based on their depth and export them like separately later on might come in really handy.
Yeah, basically, this was a sketch of the month idea that I really liked that wasn't voted on. And I was like, we're just going to move this over into, we'll do this eventually, and finally made it happen.
Yeah, plus, I don't know, at this point, AI is getting so good that I'm...
Eight,
Oh, go ahead.
it's taken 8 months. Sorry, it's taken you 8 months to get it done, sir.
Well, it has not taken that long. It has just been that long, because I've been doing so many other things simultaneously.
I'm giving you a hard time on stream, but I don't care. It's okay.
Yeah.
Humiliation.
Womp womp.
I think I hear somebody running the stream in the background. Yeah, I definitely do. Oh wait, it's probably me. It's probably me.
Dude, Gabe,
Yep, it's me.
way to like hunt for the guilty party, and then it's you.
Yeah,
That's
What a
always
plot
the
twist.
that's always the
who
plot
smelt it
twist.
dealt it, as they say.
Don't for the content, it's you.
It was very quiet, so I didn't even notice it.
I'm very quiet. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. You'll have to turn
No,
me
not-
way up, I guess.
No, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about the stream.
Oh, the
No,
screen.
you're fine.
It's probably
the
you,
screen,
Gabe.
yeah.
Once again, it's probably you.
Yeah. I'm
You
always
have your
looking at
volume
it.
turned way down, because that'll do it.
On the. Well, yeah, I think that is what happened. I when I'm having this call, I need to stream because otherwise I don't want to hear everyone's voice twice. But it was so low that I didn't notice it at first, and then like there was just a moment quiet. That's
okay,
all.
so if we all just suddenly pretend that you're on mute, and that we aren't talking to Gabe. We believe it and mess with your settings. We just let you talk for a long time. And they're like, Gabe, are you talking? You're totally on mute. And then,
Top
"Can't hear you,
10.
Gabe."
Top 10
I
most
don't know why
obnoxious
that-
On
pranks of all time.
stream.
Uptime Ghost.
The trolling stream, obviously.
The troll. Yeah, that's.
Yeah, I used to do
best
that all
way.
the people. I used to do the reverse of that to people all the time in this old podcast server. This like alcoholic guy ran a podcast, and I was like a moderator in the server. And when people would come into voice on like one weeknight or something like that, and they would be like so drunk they couldn't fucking talk, I would just mute them, like server mute them so that no one else could hear them. And then like they would just talk, and like eventually, like after like 5 minutes of talking, you would hear them go, "Can you guys hear me? Are you guys hearing me?"
I learned that troll trick because there was a streamer we listened to, and he was a boomer, and they would just do that to him, and he always fell for it too. It's
Was
so
that
funny.
Adam Scott
Yeah.
or Scott Adams? What Adam
It's
Scott's
real-
like a fucking
No, we called him Scott the Adams over here.
Yeah.
Scott the Adams.
Scott the Adams. and he
Got the
just-
neutrons.
Then he would get mad and start telling people, okay, if there are any trolls telling me that my audio is not working, you will be banned.
One of his guys, one of
they
his guys
didn't.
blocked me on Twitter because like it was some like sycophant guy of his that was like a nut hugger,
Yeah.
and he was like selling a book or something, and he was like, my book is about this. Name in this thread, I want everyone to name one thing they know they're really good at. And
Ugh.
everyone was taking him like super seriously, and I just
Yeah.
replied and put, "Doing your mom, doing your mom." He seriously within like 30 seconds, because I was like, "Oh, someone liked the." I wondered if it was him, and I went back and he had blocked me on Twitter, and I was just like, "What?" Was this guy just sitting like the Eye of Sauron, like just watching for like a funny comment or something?
People
I
do.
guess.
People seriously do. You're always supposed to take them very seriously. I think this guy claims to be a hypnotist. There's a whole bunch of his like little like followers who all claim to be hypnotists, and they're very serious about it.
They're hypnotists,
Yeah.
What the
they-
hell?
I don't know.
like fucking the bad guy on Scooby Doo.
They're like hypnotizing themselves into having no sense of humor, apparently. That's how it goes.
Boo!
I do kind of understand like when people get to that level of internet like onlineness, they're a pundit, they're constantly getting like people giving them shit in the comments, so they probably get so hypersensitive to it that they're just like, oh, if there's people that are like fucking with me, I don't have time to like parse out who is trying to be funny and who is just like making my life worse. I'm just gonna get rid of them all. I'm just gonna get it cleaned out. And they've got like 1 million followers, so it's not like they're really worried about, like, oh, how will I ever grow? So I can understand people that are up there being a lot more aggressive or arbitrary with blocking, but I don't know.
It's just like some people have no sense of humor. Like I was in a group chat with some people making plush dragons, and somebody made one, and I'm like, oh, that looks throwable, and she flipped her fucking shit about how
How dare you think this
what
is
did
wrong?
you say to her?
you do not throw my art. I am very offended.
No
Just,
one
like,
throws
started
my plushes
screaming
around.
and demanding
away
an
with it.
apology, and it looked like everybody else was fine with it and kind of joked, and we kept going. It looked like a beanbag, and then but apparently not to her. It was the biggest like emotional. I just left the group. It's like, okay, I think we're done here. This is not going to go well.
What the,
Yeah,
you
I-
said like she made like little plush things, and you said that, oh, those look
Well,
really
yeah, like-
throwable, and she got
Oh yeah,
mad
it
about
looks
that.
like a potato. It's got beanbags in the bottom. Yeah, it's throwable. She's like, do not
You
throw
got
my
you got to
art.
pick your battles, man.
Yeah, I think
Little insecure.
generally in life things go a lot easier if you just kind of shrug things off every once in a while.
If you
Like,
can't
being
like
told that your plushie is throwable.
like there are times where you need to like take action and block an account that is just being a pest or something. But even then, it's like it doesn't make you any more capable of judging those moments if you're all worked up and huffy. Like if there's some account that's just there like shitting on stuff and like harassing other users, and it's like, oh yeah, they're just like kind of shitting the place up. I think we don't need more of that. We'll block them. But being like grrr before you do it doesn't really change the outcome at all.
I don't think expressing the anger that you feel and then blocking is really the way to go.
I only express
Yeah,
the anger
that's
that I
usually
feel
a
in
sign
like.
of.
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say that that's usually a sign of butt mad. If somebody is really mad, but they're not willing to block you until they get the last word in, yeah, they're butt mad.
I only
never
express
heard
my
butt mad.
anger.
That's unfortunate.
I only express my anger in home repair projects.
Oh yeah. Like brother-in-law specials.
Yeah. I'm serious. Like it reminded me
Fuck 'em up.
today. I
Hey,
had like
I need to move.
one little repair project, and it's like it reminds me today of how things you might think something is simple, but it can spiral into like so much complexity out of nowhere. Something just like one little bracket just to hold a curtain rod. You think, oh, I'm going to move this bracket to the side where it's more stable. Screw it in there, bracket fixed, and that just opens like this wormhole of like, oh gosh, whoever lived here before, they didn't repair the plaster. They just like put gack in here and painted over it. So this creates a crater when I try to make a new thing. Okay, I have to move it over further. And this is right in a wall stud, so no problem. Instead of just like using a nail to get the lead hole for the screw, I'll just go get the drill and drill the hole. Oh wait,
Okay.
like what's wrong with the drill? It doesn't have the right drill bits anymore. And then this other
Okay.
drill, oh, it no longer works. I plugged it
Okay.
in every outlet, and we don't have an extension cord. And when you get one, it's like actually this drill just stopped working mysteriously, so it doesn't function. It's like no problem. I can go for this other small hand drill, and it's like, but there's like one thing on top of another, and then it just turns into this like thing where it's like, and we thought it was a good idea to invade Iran, like.
I thought you were going to install that coat hanger or whatever. What the fuck were you installing? Coat hanger?
Just a bracket to hold a curtain rod.
No, okay. Let me sum up Dave's horror story. Dave's like crypt keeper tales from the window.
Yeah.
And dear God, Dave, like basically what happened is there's a curtain rod on the window. Whoever installed one side of the curtain rod did a really shitty job to the point where it doesn't stay up. And they have somehow done it 5 times in that area and failed at it. So there's like a Swiss cheese of holes in the wall. But for some reason, everybody who tries to fix the curtain rod uses that same area.
It's like the
And
It's like the
it's-
Oak Island treasure of wall brackets at this point. There's just so many like.
There's a lot of like, and it's been spackled over to look normal. But if you try to put something there, you realize, wow, there's like an 80-year history because this house is old. There's like an 80-year history of people trying to fix this bracket and failing.
Well, plus you're supposed to use like a little bit of spackle to cover up like a nail hole or something like that. This person like took like an apple-sized bite out of the wall, and they're like, "Yeah, this whole thing, I don't need to replaster this. I'll just put toothpaste in the whole thing and paint over it. Perfect, flawless, done."
Wait a minute, that's how I was gonna make it look good.
So it's what, really? Toothpaste?
You've never done that? It's the same color as the wall. It's the way you fake apartment fixing.
No, it's
You've
time.
never
Light
fi-
green.
It's time for me
You've
to
never
explain, young one, the
never
difference.
fixed-
partially hydrogenated.
The difference
You've never
between.
fixed an apartment with toothpaste and gotten the fuck out of there and gotten your deposit back?
And now it's time for me
That's
to
how we did
explain
things.
to you the difference between renting and ownership. Renting,
Oh,
you can repair things with
Oh.
toothpaste.
'cause-
Ownership, you will be the one to bear the brunt of your crimes in the future.
'cause I gotta tell you, sir, you've had a couple apartments in Ohio. We should be discussing about the toothpaste method.
Hey, they looked beautiful when we left, and we got our security
did.
deposit back. And what really matters more than that in life?
He's getting your money back. Get the fuck out of there before they figure out what the alligator did to the bathroom.
There should be a book on that topic.
The alligator.
An Amazon book, How to Get Your Security Deposit Back When You Don't Deserve It.
Published by
I'm
Barry
imagining-
Publishing.
I'm just imagining like somebody followed Liz's advice, but way too seriously, and then they got a giant hole in their floor from owning an alligator, and they were like, "Well, I know what to do. I'm gonna buy 800 tubes of toothpaste, and I'm just gonna fill this hole in, and I'm gonna save so much money."
Yeah, just FYI, for legal purposes, you guys, we are not licensed, bonded home repair, insured home repair advisors. So if you try to get your security deposit back using any of the techniques mentioned on this stream, sorry, bro, that's on you. Buyer beware. Don't listen to us and think that there's like seriously good advice here. We're just snowballing.
Hey, I
Yeah,
actually
this is
heard
not
about
legal
the
advice.
I heard about the toothpaste method from my high school teacher.
Ah, so this misinformation
worked.
has been passed down carefully through the generations.
And he
Yeah.
finally taught you something useful.
He did actually.
I think like there's like 3 things that I remember from high school. I definitely didn't remember anything from math. I had an economy class, and I don't know what I actually learned in that class. I just remember learning about the invisible hand, and then that was it. That was the only thing that I picked up from that.
What's the
Entire
invisible
fucking
hand?
Invisible hand.
What is that?
Yeah, it's the
Yeah,
invisible hand of the market.
Yeah, it's like I think it describes that the market will naturally the things that will like gain in value are the things that people want the most, or something like that. It's
Supply
the
and
things that are
demand.
desirable.
Yeah, but they call it the invisible
I guess
hand.
that does kind of sound like supply.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me look this shit up, because there's gonna be a bunch of
I've
people
never
in here
heard
that
that
are
called
hearing
the
about this.
invisible hand. Yeah.
Yeah, because I got to tell you, the math class that taught me about the toothpaste and the wall method, we had snack time and story time. So
That was good. That was a good economy class with snack time and story.
it wasn't economy; it was how to survive in the world.
Okay,
It
the
was
invisible
for
hand.
seniors.
Always have
graduating.
snacks. That's how you survive.
I mean, they're not totally wrong there, are they?
No, everybody brought in a snack every Friday. It was like cupcakes and it's math.
Okay,
Is a
no, I'm
cupcake
totally
a
wrong.
snack though.
The
Rice
invisible
Krispies?
hand is. Oh, I'm just gonna. I guess I'm just gonna read this whole thing. The invisible hand is a metaphor, blah blah blah, to describe how individuals pursuing their own self-interest in a free market unintentionally promote the public interest and achieve economic equilibrium without central planning. So, not even close to really what I said, but
Well, no, I think that is close to what you said. It's specifically talking about the part of supply and demand that like people just naturally will always like serve the economy, which is a theory. That's not if you look at countries where they have had like a weird controlled form of capitalism in the last like 50-60 years, that's not really completely true. Somewhat they serve the like overall health of the market and economy, but sometimes they don't.
Yeah, I would imagine
yeah,
the
I guess
theory.
there's a few asterisks in there.
I would imagine the theory there is that all economies are actually aggregates of individual desires to begin with. So if you just let the individual desires be like pursued in a context of like freedom, then therefore, ergo, the desires of that society and that system will be fulfilled. But like all philosophies and systems and models and stuff, there's truth to it and there's like some good stuff to it. But it's like everything sort of gets a little weird when you apply it to reality. Nothing fits quite perfect. Sometimes the drill doesn't even work anymore. So just when people pursue some ideological system like mindlessly, like, and just try to mash all of reality so that it fits whatever their little system is, it's like, no, your system should be viewed more as like a tool to help you achieve the desired results, but it's not always going to work perfectly. And so just try to have a little respect for how things actually go, and you might need to flex a little bit on the borders.
What Dave is trying to say is that he discovered we own 3 drills and none of them work.
And none of them work. Why do we have
Not
drills that
one.
don't work? Well, that little hand one kind of works.
Yeah, you have to always keep in mind that these metaphors are things that are created by people to try and explain a very complex natural phenomenon. Even ones that seem simple are complex. The water cycle is complex, for instance. That's why some areas that should have rain don't sometimes, and things like that. But they don't. No one metaphor really ever completely covers all the contingencies and what have you. So yeah, just always keep that in mind when you're hearing about something like that. I can't think of like another metaphor like that right now.
I think all of them. Every metaphor, there's going to be some kind of edge case that you get into an argument with somebody online. They will find that edge case, and then you'll have to explain to them. It's like, well, okay, it's not meant to explain every little last fucking thing about this complex system I'm trying to like create an abstract metaphor for. It's supposed to generally describe how it works. Yes, of course. Just because there are some edge cases that are not covered does not mean that the metaphor just falls apart completely. It's a tool. It's a tool. Use it in the correct way.
Yeah, even like more like neutral, if you want to call it neutral, ideologically neutral stuff, like how is an atom put together? Even then you have models that can be pretty close and they can be really useful. They're, like the little model where there's like a proton is a ball and a neutron is a different kind of ball with no charge, and the electrons are the smallest little ones, and they fly around it in circles like planets orbiting the sun. Like that model is really useful. Like using that model of using that atomic model, I think it's the Bohr atomic model. We've got some pretty cool stuff that does some pretty good things for us technology-wise, but that doesn't mean that that model is completely accurate, and it's a way for us to metaphorically try to understand how an atom works. And in terms of like the reality of an atom, that is not what they are. There is a lot of strangeness that we don't really understand in terms of like the ontological existence of atoms. But still, that doesn't mean that you throw away this model. It's like, this model is terrible, it's the worst. It's like, no, it's a model. Just understand what a model is for.
Yeah, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater.
I mean,
Or do.
unless it's like really
But anyhow,
loud
that's
and keeping you up at night, and no one would know.
unless it is annoying, then get rid of it.
And if it's not even yours, if she cheated on you, you're pretty sure. And if there was a parentage,
This is getting really out of hand.
yeah,
What the fuck is going on?
I don't know, just casual advocation of infanticide. Just
See, that was a metaphor that got a little bit misinterpreted. Well, maybe not misinterpreted, but once you get into the details, yeah, okay, there are some situations where you do want to throw the baby out, like if it's not your baby and it's really fucking annoying.
Or like if you're in
ahead,
ancient
throw it
Sparta, like I don't know if that's true, but the meme is in ancient Sparta. If there's a baby, they're like, this one doesn't look like he's got a six-pack yet. Onto the pile, and they just like toss him off a cliff.
Okay, cool. You're a baby and you're my baby. However, how much can you deadlift? Oh, that's unfortunate. Sorry, buddy.
They made a movie
guess
about that. It was called 300.
This one's a little bit of an uggo.
Did anything that actually like that happen in the movie, or are you making a joke? I haven't seen the movie in like.
You haven't seen the movie 300? How have you not seen that movie?
It's
No,
a pretty
I've
fun.
seen it, but it was in like, high school.
I think an opening scene, there's like a mountain of dead babies where they're like, it's talking about how badass the Spartans are, and if there's a baby Spartan that kind of sucks and looks like a pussy, they throw it on the pile, and that's why
saying
the tale of
300 was a
crappy
graphic novel
boneless
first.
babies.
which it's funny too, like because the way the plot of that movie goes, they have the mutant, which he was one of those babies that should have been thrown out, but then his mom was like, no, I have compassion and love for this like flawed creature. And in the context of the movie, thematically, I guess it turns out that was a mistake, because he's the one that betrayed the Spartans, because he was a jealous mutant, and he's like, oh, these guys with their six-packs, they won't let me hang out with them just because I suck. Fuck them. And then he, showed Xerxes how to get at him from behind.
It's 300 is an excellent movie that teaches judging people based on appearance.
It's basically a
And
gigantic
making
pro-abortion
cool.
tirade, I
And it
think,
always worked.
is really the best way to interpret
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
It's a gigantic abortion advertisement.
Great.
With a lot of green screen.
And I wouldn't have it any other way.
No, that's
Well,
one of those
anyhow,
movies that was like a
that's how I
really
learned
big
from
deal.
my economy class.
Oh, sorry. Okay. 300 was a movie. It's one of those that came out at the time and everyone was talking about how great it is, but now it just doesn't really hold up as like come back and watch it again. One of those flash in the pan kind of things,
I think it really holds up as a work too, though. Like if you're sitting there and just watching it the whole time, it's like, yeah, it kind of gets old. The effects are a little dated, but in the background, it's just got such a ridiculous macho vibe. It's really fun. I like when things can just be like, fuck it, and like turn the dial up to 11, go really over the top.
I confuse the opening with Gladiator a lot because I imagine a lot of like the fields and the music.
They do have a lot of that same music where it's like, is this set in the past and not in America? Then we need the music to have a lot of. It's like
Oh God.
a lot of wailing. A little
wow.
sitar
Like,
sprinkled in.
every-
A lot of
every
wailing.
scene,
You should just do that all stream and cook up your own music. Oh, please don't.
Let me
Can
tell
make
you.
up a soundtrack for what you're drawing.
Soundtrack people, Hollywood music people, let me give you a clue. A little touch of that goes a long way. All right, that's like a
Well,
very heavy duty spice. You don't need to layer it on
Dave.
too thick. Just a tiny
Dave,
sprinkle
I think,
gives
I
us
think
the
they
impression.
know it goes a long way. That's why they just copy paste the same music in the timeline over and over again. Let it play out. It doesn't take a lot of work to do that sound. Hazen could probably cook that up real fast.
It's like someone managed to find the
300
perfect
music, yeah, probably.
Yeah.
the perfect
Oh, yeah.
overlap between what if I forged something that was midway between singing and complaining, and that's what that sound is.
It's like that. There's that video. Somebody starts like the Britney Spears song on keyboard and then just goes off and does something else, and then comes back to it. Same thing.
I don't think I've.
Britney song on a keyboard. I'm not getting this reference.
Britney Spears. No, it's the God, it's one of the old ones. Anyway, the joke is that the background beat is the same over and over again throughout the entire song, so the keyboard artist can just go off and like read a book and come back and it's the same thing again.
Yeah, that's I might be going off on a tangent here, but I've actually thought about that. Like, I've dabbled a tiny bit in making music, and I think one of the things that makes music really monotonous is if you have like a drum beat in the background that just never fucking lets up.
Mm-hmm.
It's really aggravating.
Yeah, like occasionally if you have like a bridge that goes to a different part of it, or I don't even know the terminology, but yeah, like, you want to have like a consistent beat and stuff, but a little variation goes a long way. It's nice.
Yeah. I think what's his name? Fuck, he was the drummer on The Police.
Oh.
I don't think
I don't
anyone,
know.
maybe no one knows his name. He did music for Spyro, and I remember watching a like behind the scenes video where he was making music for Spyro the Dragon, and he said something like, I wish I knew what program he used, but he used a program that is not unlike what you would use today, and he was actually like moving notes around and stuff for the the behind the scenes thing, and he was like, so here I'm gonna take all these notes, and now I'm just gonna shit them up for this like next part, and that's it, and that's just gonna create some variations so that when you hear this song over and over and over again, it's not going to be monotonous and like horrible to listen to.
Yeah, like you can do simple things like that to just sort of change it up. And I don't, I don't like saying like people won't even notice because it seems like you're getting away with something, but I mean you're not. Like that really is just like something small you can do to get a whole lot of effect out of it. It's the same thing. You'll see like Dave does this. You'll see artists draw like a picture, and then there'll be the exact same picture just with like layers invisible so that the girl's naked or something in it, and then that it's less work than drawing like a new pose, a new background, a new scene. Tons of people do it, and everybody kind of just doesn't complain about it.
I can do that for artifacts actually. The images that we show on Patreon every day. That's just previous work Dave's done. I can just turn off a couple layers and it looks like a whole different picture.
Yeah.
Truth revealed.
It's crazy that you're just telling your fans like how you're cheating them. It's nuts, man.
I'm not cheating them. I normally don't even have to do that because it takes a little work to turn everything on and off.
That is one thing I'll say about between music and art. Like art, people just kind of know that's probably what's going on, and they don't care. They're just like, yeah, that's fine, whatever. But like with music, if you tell people like some of the things you can like sort of get away with in music, especially digital music production, they would be confused. Some people potentially may even get angry about that, especially if they're like paying for music and they hear like, oh well, you just took this thing and did that and then charged me this much. Like it's like, okay, well, you go ahead and do that yourself then. Oh, you can't? Okay, well, I guess you'll have to pay me.
I think that it's different with visual art in terms of how people perceive it, because it's just like...
Yeah.
Like if you're trying to, for example, get someone to read a book versus read a comic. I'm sorry, the comic, if the art is good, the comic has a huge advantage because you can just literally say, look at this. With the novel, you can't do that, and with music, you can't do that. So when you're showing people
Yeah.
like, look at this layer of the art, look at this layer of the art, it's almost like showing them how a magic trick works. And I feel like people kind of enjoy that. Like, I enjoy that. I enjoy seeing like different stages and layers of the process. But since they can't see like visually, the music is something they hear. It's not something they look at. I think for some reason that psychological pleasure doesn't really apply as easily. So people just feel like, wait, that's how you did it. And instead of being like, oh, cool, so that's how you did it, they're like, what? So that's how you did it? And there's just like a different attitude there. I can't explain it.
Yeah, I guess sometimes it's kind of hard to predict what people will. I don't know. You show somebody two things and you just tell them like, yeah, these are all the same thing, but for some reason one of those things just really like, I don't know, it gets on somebody's nerves. It's weird.
And that's
Weird
when
how the brain works.
That's when you got to start blocking them. Just start blocking everyone that says that on social media. If they're telling you about audio difficulties, gone.
Yeah.
Can't have that.
Everybody who says they can't hear you on stream, just block them.
Well, now you can't
Never
see me
muted.
either.
I used to have a Twitter account where if it got the number of people following me got too high, I just started blocking and removing them to get the perfect number.
What? You're like, sorry, I really wanted 17, sweet 17, so you guys got to go.
Yeah, I told them that too. And just nuke, 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 nuke.
That's
Perfect number.
that's the way to
What?
run a social media channel for sure.
I know.
Nuke, nuke, nuke,
Yeah.
nuke, nuke.
You gotta go. You're too many people. You gotta go. You gotta go. You gotta go.
Liz is
And
over there
random
being like,
person,
You gotta go. You gotta go.
Liz is over there being like the Georgia,
Making the mother of all omelets, you're Jack.
she's the Georgia Guidestone of social media accounts. It's like, this is the ideal number of people to exist, so the rest of you gotta go.
Nuke, nuke, nuke.
Didn't someone blow those up, like within the last few years?
The nukes?
Someone did.
No, the Georgia
No,
Guidestones.
the Georgia Guidestones.
They did. They blew all the nukes up, and we're in hell.
They blew up the Georgia Guidestones. We could be in this heaven of like 50,000 people on planet Earth, but now we're in this hell of 50 billion people.
Dave, you had a great quote
It's-
about purgatory during lunch. I don't remember what it was. You said the best things.
I think it was something about like, if you're in purgatory, then you are not qualified to decide how long you have to stay in purgatory.
I know, but you did it in a voice that was really funny.
I did it in like a monstery voice.
Yeah.
All the monsters in purgatory.
No, we were
They're
thinking of
silently
somebody in
judging you.
particular. We were
We are the
thinking of
monsters.
somebody in particular in purgatory.
It happens. I feel like that'd be a good name for a nightclub too. Like if you just owned a nightclub, what should I call this nightclub? Purgatory. That's kind of fun.
Subtitle: You are going to hate it here.
The Purg.
It's Friday night, coming
Gotta
out to
go.
purgatory.
You going to the purge?
Don't come in. We're begging you.
It's just got
We're
really
full.
annoying flashing lights. Yeah, we're full.
Actually, that sounds like that would be exactly the type of thing that you could put on the sign of a club, and like people would be like, "Oh, well, I got to check this out."
Exactly.
Yeah, it's so
Put a
bad that I
fucking radio
shouldn't come
ad out. Club Purgatory. Don't come here.
Don't come here. This game is a 10 out of 10.
Stay the
Don't
fuck
play it.
Go
out.
What
away.
is the name? What is the name of that comedian, Mitch Hedberg? I think who had that like.
I think he's the
Yeah.
one that was always
Yeah,
like
sounds like
kind of
it.
stoned. I think.
Yeah, he sounded
Yeah.
like he was really laid back, but that sounds like like a Mitch Hedberg kind of joke. Like, don't come here, purgatory. Don't come here.
This
This sounds
cool
like a
club
theme.
named Purgatory. Don't come here.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, it kind of works because it implies that
We're full. You gotta stay outside.
it implies that it's a little spicy. Like this is not where people that are going to heaven. Don't come here. But at the same time, it's not like hell. It's not like the worst. You know, just you got to be here
Yeah,
anyway.
it's
Get a
just-
head start. Start racking up the time.
I think it's a great name for a
This is
club
the
because
worst.
it sounds like the kind of thing you wouldn't like as an owner of a club. You wouldn't have to try that hard to make it look good, and be like, "Oh, it's okay. It's just purgatory."
It's so simple.
Then if there's like a competing club across the street that's really angry at the club owner and they want to like drive him out of business, they call their club Spurgatory.
Well, that's the other
There was
one.
like
we
a
love, this
whole-
purgatory.
There was a whole episode of Mission Hill that was just basically this. They got like kicked out of a club. One of them got kicked out of a club or something. I can't remember who it was. So like Kevin and the guy Brian Posehn's character, they went to just like some boiler room that was like on the outside of an apartment complex, and they just like put his signs up as though it was a club, and they wouldn't let anyone in. And there were people like lined up around the block to get into their club. The other club that kicked them out like failed and went out of business.
That's fun. I don't think I got to that episode yet. I was watching some Mission Hill like last quarter.
Oh, you've seen Mission Hill?
Yeah, some of it. It's funny. I kind of like the angle that they start with, where it's like grown, like middle-aged, like 30s, late 20s, 30-something dude, and then suddenly his like geeky straight A little brother like has to come and live with him, because like I relate to the geeky little brother. It's like, yeah, that was me in high school.
I think that's you a little bit. As
Totally.
Kevin. That's the same guy who plays Robin in Teen Titans too.
Oh, no
Really?
kidding.
You know that shitty, annoying character? He reminds me so much of you.
Oh,
He's just like a little choir boy, is why it makes me think of Dave.
It's like, the obnoxious, insufferable little shit that just ruins everyone's life. That's you.
I think I'm like I think I'm like Andy, where I just like fucking, I don't know, just
Yeah.
like a fucking piece of shit, and everybody just likes me anyway for some reason.
except we don't really like you.
Liz,
Yeah, there is that.
that's not very nice to say out loud.
And I don't like that kind of thing.
Very interesting character personality where he's really annoying and he's an asshole, but everyone also doesn't like him. That's the thing, because everyone doesn't like him.
He's an
What a
asshole,
twist.
but he's all asshole. He's literally a slave. He belongs to us. He's all asshole.
Great.
I don't know what it is about Kung Pao, but it's one of those movies where once you watch it, you will be quoting lines from it for the rest of your life.
Literally
Yeah,
until
pretty
you
much.
die.
This nothing else that's quite like it.
I almost
I really wish that guy would have like did more stuff like that with other like even just more Jimmy Wang Yu movies or something like that. But I don't know. He
Wait.
did that.
Nealon? Is it Kevin Nealon who did that one?
Evan Nealon, no, Steve
No.
Odenkirk,
yeah,
Oh.
it's Steve Odenkirk. That sounds
the
right.
guy who did Kung Pao. Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was the
I-
actor in it who. I thought it was the actor who did a lot of the writing and directing.
It was Steve Odenkirk. That was him.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm off.
Yeah, the same. He did like a lot of the acting and writing, and it was like his idea. I think he maybe produced it. I don't know. I think it was crazy because that was in like theaters, and the only other thing I think he wrote for, or that I know of, was like the think of the Jimmy Neutron movie, or it might have been the Jimmy Neutron TV show. But I don't know of anything else he did after that. I don't even know if he's alive.
I sure hope he is.
The name sounds really
Are
Probably
you
familiar.
out
had
there?
the sense to just kind of like make his money and then get the fuck out, like just kind of disappear.
Maybe.
Start a homesteading
Might
farm. or something.
have.
But like that Kung Pao doesn't strike me as the type of film where some producer is like, I just need to get a good ROI on this, and then I'm out. I'm blowing it. I'm to Bahamas. The rest of like that's not someone that's trying to get an ROI. That's someone that is having like way too much fucking fun. That's the vibe I get from it.
Well, I suppose, but I mean, I don't know. I guess I have this feeling about some people that get into showbiz, or they get into something that it's something that you want to do temporarily, because it's so hostile and it wears you down. They just there are some people that just seem to have the good sense to get in there, make a bit of money, have a little bit of fun, and then get the fuck out before it destroys them.
Yeah, I think that's like I think the people that do that, I do have some respect for them. It kind of reminds me a little bit of PewDiePie in that it's like he got into the YouTube scene big and successful, and then he was like, you know what? I have enough money now, and I think I'm good. I'm gonna go ahead, and I don't want to just produce stuff for the sake of producing stuff to arbitrarily stay in this position. Now I'm gonna retire to Japan and raise a family. Why not? Because I can afford to.
But he still makes videos every day.
Oh, does he still make daily videos?
Every day?
I think he makes videos every single day. I don't. Maybe it's not every day, but he definitely still makes videos.
No,
One of his videos, I don't even watch his channel, but one of his videos was one of the things that made me be like, you know what, I'll give Linux another shot.
Oh, no kidding.
Did he really go to Japan? I heard he was raising a family.
Yeah, he moved to Japan. I'm pretty sure.
Wow.
I don't know. I don't really keep track of PewDiePie too much. He seems like a nice fella, nice young man.
So you are not the
But,
owner of PewDieWatch.net. That's someone else.
Yeah, I don't. I'm not like. I
not-
hated him when he first was around because he was just
I'm
like
not tracking
yeah.
his
He
airline
definitely
jet. I don't have
deserved
the
that,
app for
too.
that.
fucking. He was awful. He was awful. And then anytime anyone would like make fun of him, he would just be like, "Haha, you are the gay, smelly one, actually." But like he just kind of like grew out of that and became like, I don't know. He's just like he seems like he would be a cool person to be friends with or something like that now, even if he wasn't like super famous or whatever. But I'm glad he got away at least from like the algorithm surfing shit, because that, God, that's horrible. People barely even remember that about him now. Like what he'll be remembered for is like being somebody who was like at the top of the YouTube game and just did like a Gabe Newell and just like stayed humble and like took care of his family and took care of people who worked for him and stuff.
Maybe.
People things.
I don't know that much about PewDiePie either. I don't know if he's like a great guy. But I'm just glad he's not like screaming at Twitch anymore or whatever the fuck he was doing. YouTube, I
Yeah,
guess.
I don't know anything about him really, other than just like a lot of his videos now are just him like informing people of stuff. Like he had a video about Linux and like how it's great for like if you have like an old computer or old laptop to just put this on it and just kind of experiment with it and stuff and just see like what you can get into. And then he made a video about Graphene OS, which I would urge anyone who uses like a cell phone that has like cell phone service on their cell phone, I would urge anybody to like as soon as possible purchase any Android based phone that you would have to buy it like outright. You have to buy it from like the manufacturer or like a reseller like eBay or something like that. I think eBay is in America. Yeah, eBay's in America, but you have to get it through something like that, and you want to make sure that it's OEM unlocked. The bootloader is unlocked, because if you can't unlock the bootloader, you can't put Graphene OS on it. But I would urge anyone who uses cell phone with cell phone service, like calls and stuff like that, like through the network, to immediately try to look into installing Graphene OS on their phone, because you just, oh man, like when you actually look up like the stuff that like Apple and even Apple's like super into like people's privacy, they say, but like when you actually look at like the stuff that they track about you and how they have all these like ways to get around like what you might put on your phone to keep people from tracking where you go and stuff like that.
Wow.
Apple now has like age verification in the UK, even though the UK does not like require Apple to have that. It's bananas. It's absolutely crazy.
Yeah, it seems like everyone just went nuts with all this stuff the last year or two.
Who went nuts with that stuff?
Just like everyone. Like last year.
Everyone that got a check from Zuck.
Yeah, last year I never heard anything about like
verification.
Yeah, like the age verification stuff. Like last year that was just not a topic, and now suddenly like multiple countries simultaneously, multiple big tech guys, multiple platforms, all of them in unison are like, oh, suddenly it's really important to we suddenly want to protect children. Now, starting right now, we just realized in 2026, we just realized that we need your face. We need your face. We need your face. We just realized now, suddenly, all of us independently with no coordination at the same time, we need your face. What? Because
Social Security number.
It protects the children. Do you want to protect the children? Give us your face. 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 Every time you log in, and every time you say anything, give us your face. It protects children.
Yeah, of course. It's always to protect the children. However, it is an incremental step, as they always are, towards you sitting in a box in your wage cage and only being able to come out when the government says that you can. So just know that it may not be you may not think that age verification is a big deal, but one day it will be a big deal. And then you'll think, what could have stopped this? Oh, I probably should have bitched about that age verification thing. Just
Yeah.
like, I don't know. What's like, it's so indoctrinated in me that I probably, there's probably very obvious examples of this that I just can't think of because it's just normal now. But I'm sure that there's something that somebody can point out as like, oh yeah, that kind of sounds like this age verification kind of sounds like this other thing that we all just accept as normal, and it's just like another step towards that kind of society.
Oh,
How about like a
Gabe, there's a very famous one starting with putting a gold star on your shirt, and then it goes to what you can and cannot do, and eventually they're taking you on a train ride.
Are you talking about Nazis? Oh, that's good. I'm not tired of hearing about that analogy.
Can't believe all the anti-Semitism in here.
Well, you know
We
what?
should be
I'd rather use
cool
an.
with the anti-Semitism.
I'm gonna bring up a totally different,
It's not
tired,
anti,
irritating
it's
example.
Not anti. No, it's not that. It's saying that it's basically that pathway of like, it's a psychological train of you start with something very little, and then you go to the next step, and then you go to the next step, and then you go to the next step, and then all of a sudden everyone gets killed. That's all.
Well, I can name something that we're all accustomed to, and everyone takes it for granted. And like in previous generations, they would have been like, "What the fuck? You gotta be kidding me!" And that is the government taking a big scoop out of everybody's paycheck before they even get their own paycheck. Like that is, if you stop to think about it, that's
a good one.
insane. Like,
And
wait a
then they get
minute.
sent over to some other country to like make weapons to just kill people.
Yeah.
Cool.
Or fake daycares.
So instead of keeping this money and buying video games or something, I'm giving it to some other country so that they can buy machine guns so that they can gun down children. Awesome.
Yeah, they keep on finding out more stuff, and it's bad. And I wish that there would be accountability, but you know, if I was while I'm picking up unicorns, I would actually like a pet dragon that can understand human speech and empathizes with me and understands who I am on the inside as well. I would like that.
Hey Dave, you've got a side YouTube channel here that keeps playing for no reason.
I've got a
So I have
side
to close your tabs.
YouTube channel.
You're watching the Y-files. I have to close this.
Oh yeah, if there's tabs over there on the laptop, close whatever tabs you want. I am tough. I can take it. I can
You are
find.
passively giving Google AdSense revenue.
I can find my tabs again. I will.
Also, nobody. I'm watching
I
my
hope
own
so.
ads.
I will go the distance. I will
Well, I was
find my
trying to-
tabs. I will bring them
Yeah.
back.
Beautiful.
It's like Quest for Camelot, but finding all my old tabs that got closed. By my wife! She can't handle my tabs!
My
just trying to
tab is stuck on me.
I'm trying to leave it
I'm
open
stuck
for
on
you, and yet plays.
What was the stupid song the dragons sang that were like stuck together?
Oh, what'd I do
I showed
if I
them.
didn't have you?
There you go.
If I
What the fuck?
didn't have you. Oh, what
Dave,
I
you
could
never
be
saw Quest for
if there
Camelot?
was only me. Oh, what I'd do if I didn't have you. That's the Two Dragons song.
I guess not. I don't. That doesn't sound familiar at all.
You've never seen Quest for Camelot? The whole reason to
Oh.
watch that.
Oh boy, do I have a treat for you. Don't watch it.
Oh,
That's
man.
that's the treat.
Oh, man.
I saved you an hour and a half. Right there.
We made
I
Hazen
will,
watch it one time. He was
I'll
very
watch it
upset.
at times 10 speed, and then I'll know
What do you
talking
value?
about in about 20 minutes.
Half of it's rotoscoped.
Well, there's
Poorly.
the thing is there's some fragmentary, really cool stuff in there. To be fair, but the way it all comes together, it's a really good case study of animation that had a budget, but it's like you can see how it doesn't work. So if you're trying to figure out how to make an animation that does work, this is like Quest for Camelot is a really interesting cautionary tale. Like when you understand how all
Normally,
the pieces don't
yeah.
fit together, you're like, oh, so that's what to avoid. I see.
Normally, when someone does an animated movie like The Lion King or Aladdin, you split up the team and like certain people get certain characters that they animate in the movie, and it all looks like the same style and it blends really well. Like the people who do Simba don't animate Timon, but it all looks good together. In Quest for Camelot, you can obviously see some talent differences with the key animators. Humans versus the dragon versus the griffin. There is a wide range, and when it all comes together, it is a mess.
Yeah, and I would
It
even
looks
say,
like people from different movies animated a lot of those things.
yeah, yeah, some of the stuff looks like it doesn't even stylistically belong in the same film. Like the Two Dragons song is like super cartoony, almost like Warner Brothers. There's
It
like
is Warner Brothers. The whole movie is Warner Brothers.
oh well, I mean like Bugs Bunny, like what people think of
I
when
know
they
what
think
you mean.
Warner Brothers. And then whereas the Griffin is like this totally different animation style, but it's really beautiful, really fluid, really like powerful, and like great secondary overlapping motion and how it moves around. It's cool, but it doesn't match the dragons at all. It almost looks like they freelanced out different parts of the movie to different studios. I don't think that's what they did, but it has like a very patchwork feel to it, which is interesting.
Talk about the humans. The humans are the big issue.
They really I don't know, again, they really tried, but it's really fascinating to see what they tried to do, and it doesn't quite come together. I don't think for a normal person being like, is this going to be something that's entertaining? Probably not. I wouldn't really. But if you're like an animator or someone that's interested in production design, then this would be probably fascinating to watch for reasons aside from the surface level entertainment.
It came out around 97 to 98, and there's a point where they had to have a CG something in the movie. Like, oh, everybody's putting CG in the movie, we have to do something. So they have a rock monster for no reason, and then it's like an CG animated, computer animation for no reason. And then they try to put the 2D animated characters around the shots with a border to try to intermix it. Like this is some sort of like wowie kind of deal, and it just fell flat.
It's
those early attempts to put 3D stuff into 2D animation and like not make it blurry obvious.
Like,
exactly.
I feel like in that era they almost, not that they had a choice, but they almost like reveled in making it obvious, because the fact that they could do that at all to them was like an amazing, impressive thing. And it was new. No one had ever done it before that much, you know. So they were like showing it off. They're like, look, you think that animation is all just hand-drawn cartoons? This one includes something that's computer generated. Whoa, yeah! Like they didn't want it to like blend in. They wanted to show it off, which is kind of cute, but doesn't necessarily age the best.
You know, at least in The Lion King, when they used it on the wildebeests going down the hill, it served a purpose, and it made the animation.
Wildebeest.
Wildebeests, yeah.
Wildebeest.
The wild
What
beast.
else?
I'm a beast, Wilbur.
What else are they?
They're
what they are.
wildebeest.
Yeah, that's what I said.
What she said.
That's what she said. You guys keep talking. I'm gonna be right back. I need to make more coffee because I want it.
All right.
Because I want
Why
it.
else does people do coffee?
Hold
Yeah,
on a
that
minute.
movie is insane though. Yeah, it's
Which one,
like
Quest for Camelot? Yeah.
yeah, it's just like some of it looks like a Don Bluth movie. Some of it behaves like a Don Bluth movie, and then some of it's like I don't even know. Like the guy I can't remember his name. The guy that's like the runaway guy who's been living in those crazy woods for a long time that the girl meets up with or whatever.
Garrett. His name is
Garrett,
Garrett.
yeah,
The girl was Haley.
He looks
Oh, God.
so weird, and he moves so weird. And it feels so like unfitting to the rest of the movie.
Well, you guys know what
It's very
rotoscope
jarring.
means, right?
Yeah,
That's a-
but
No.
not most of the things it seem to have been rotoscope.
Okay, rotoscope is basically an animation when you're tracing video for movement, and it works. If you watch the movie Cool World, you can see it on the girl very easily. So it's like tracing a video
Or,
to animate as a crutch.
Like old
I think,
60s Disney stuff.
Yeah, like the
yeah.
Aristocats. I think had that. I don't know
Yeah.
why that's the
No,
example
I
I'm
would,
thinking of.
I would
Well,
say
like Snow White and like Sleeping Beauty, those old movies. They're
Yeah, it's-
rotoscoped all the shit.
It's yeah, I think anyone now can look at that stuff and be like, yeah, you're tracing, which of course.
You're stealing.
I've heard that. Yeah, I've heard that tracing is a haram, but I guess not. Actually, if you look at those movies, no one seems to have a problem with it.
that's because it's
It looks good.
better designed. You know what? I hear some electronics. Did he not turn off his mic?
It sounds like he's sawing something in the background.
Yeah, well, probably hanging up a window curtain. Hold on.
No one will know that when I say I'm going to go make coffee, I really mean that I'm going to build a birdhouse.
Going to grind the skulls of my enemies.
Dave, you really
To
need
make
to
my
stop
bread.
doing this. Your birdhouse obsession is getting out of hand. It's taking over your life.
He didn't mute it. He just wandered off to make coffee, so you can hear his coffee machine. He just didn't give a fuck. We're very professional here. He just wanted coffee,
No
so he's like,
coffee
"It's
machine
coffee
I've ever heard
time."
before.
It does espresso. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Well, that may actually be true then. I don't think I've ever seen an espresso machine.
Yeah, he
They may
just didn't
make
mute himself. He
crazy
just
sounds.
ran off to make coffee. He just didn't care.
He just ran. He got up and just like slammed his pencil down and just ran.
Well, it's not a pencil, but yeah.
Hey, how about some Logan's coffee?
Pencil.
I hope he gets coffee for all of us, since we can hear it.
I'm actually
bringing
I
it up
actually
to share
just
with the
made
class?
coffee. I already have my own. Oh my god, I'm pouring this in the wrong place.
Yeah,
Waka waka waka.
He's smashing the coffee beans as you do.
he does actually.
You're,
He's
you're
very
not,
My
particular.
friends would have smashed coffee beans with hammers. I can tell you that much.
yeah, I have a feeling that somewhere on the internet, if you look at some coffee snob video, you're gonna see somebody who's smashing his beans with a hammer, and he's gonna be like, "Yeah, this is holy shit."
Wow.
Now he's vacuuming.
Zorb.
You know, we could have a be right back screen, but he'd have to animate the whole thing.
He needs the animate like I don't know Mace or somebody's like waiting for a cup of coffee
There's a
with
Simpsons
tired eyes and like a little mug in his hand.
there is a Simpsons like tech issues thing where it's like a dog disconnecting the electrical cord. And like a be right back technical difficulties is like somebody just getting electrocuted. Oh yeah.
The fucking organ music, the whole like fucking ragtime circus,
That
like
was the,
silent movie shit.
That was the Monty Python and the Holy Grail. That was the intermission song.
Yeah,
The
feel like
interracial
that's
song.
that's like the third episode This is not a podcast. This is like the third stream that I've been on where we have mentioned Monty Python.
Really?
I think
I
so.
think Dave and Liz are like mega fans.
I was back in the day.
A bunch of dorks.
I could
Thank
see
you.
you being like you and Dave being mega fans of Monty Python. Yeah.
Dave had no idea. I didn't introduce it to him. He's never seen all the Flying Circus episodes.
Why? Because they did Life of Brian.
No, no, just I haven't.
My
Like-
children will never watch that trash. I'll never let them watch something that takes the Lord's name in vain.
You better not be making fun of
I'll never let my kids watch My Little Pony.
They better not be making
I'll
fun
never let my kids wash My Little Pony.
You will watch Beast Wars. This will be your childhood entertainment.
Oh geez, have you done that where you decide what your children are gonna watch
Gotta get-
before you have them?
Are you making? She said, "Are you making fun of me?
We don't have to.
Yeah,
make
we
fun
were
of
making
you.
fun of
Make fun of yourself.
You're making fun of me brewing coffee? What's fun?
You didn't mute yourself.
It's-
We could hear everything. We
You
heard
didn't mute
everything.
yourself, and it sounded like you were building something.
This is what making coffee sounds like. It's just the natural sound of.
You're building a cup of coffee. Yeah.
They've never heard a machine like that, Dave.
I go
told
through
them
all
it
this
was
work
espresso
and I make
machine.
all this coffee, and then people just make fun of me as soon as my back is turned.
Yeah. Did you bring any for
He's
us?
already had some, I can tell.
I did bring
Yeah,
coffee for
really.
you. I brought you a decaf. That's why this has took 1,000 times as long, is because you wanted some too. So now I can blame everything on you a little bit.
I'm making fun of you harder as I drink my decaf.
Brutal.
Wait, Arliss, why was the movie banned in Norway, of all places?
It was banned in a lot of locations. Life of Brian? Are you kidding? It was very controversial.
Yeah, but Norway was Norway not the place that had the cheap Monday jeans where they had like the upside down crosses on the pockets?
I never heard of these jeans.
There was
Upside
a
down.
It might be a European thing. I don't know if Americans even know about that. I think it was Norway that had those first.
Life of Brian was banned in a lot of locations. There was actually a movie theater that was going out of business. I think it was a drive-in and they actually saved the business by being like, "Fuck it, it's their last night open. We're going to show Life of Brian, a banned movie." Everybody came to go see it, and it saved their business back in the day.
Nice.
Bring out your dad.
How banned was this movie?
Like you just weren't allowed to
Extremely.
see it. Yeah.
No,
That's
I
the
mean,
thing.
like,
when
the cops come?
people try to ban you from something, you just do the Orson Welles thing and just be like, check out the movie they don't want you to see.
I mean, maybe we
You
should
see,
start. Unironically, you should start
Kevin's-
doing that with Dreamkeepers. We've had so many people try to shut down Vivid over the years.
Yeah, let's just put billboards up in front of places that ban us.
We
Then
talked
just be
about
like,
doing that. We were going to
"This
do
is
that
a
to
furry
Anthrocon.
comic they don't want you to read.
We were going to do that to Anthrocon, remember? But it was getting expensive.
Although at this point,
Also, furries don't read. Furries can't read.
well,
so the
at this
billboards
point,
were gonna
I
get
almost
money.
don't even know if we even want to call it a furry comic. Now that furry has really established its very own identity.
If I put it there, if I put it up in front of a fucking furry convention, I'll call it that.
I guess, but it's just, I don't know. Like at this point, the phrase furry means something totally different in the minds of almost everyone that hears it, especially anyone that's like relatively passingly familiar with what goes on with the furries. It's like, it no longer means like, oh yeah, cartoon animals. Nope, that's the mask. What it really means is something else. We don't really need to get into it too much on stream, I guess, but
Yeah, you know what? I think if furries have a term
guys
for
know.
normal people called normies, if furries are going to call people normies, I think normal people can call furries whatever the fuck we want to.
I am.
Be
This is
nice.
one circumstance
Be
where
nice,
I'm totally
Cosmo.
fine with being called a normie.
Cosmo, be nice.
Yeah, I'd rather be a normie. I'd rather be a normie.
Cosmo,
than
don't
a-
bite. Cosmo, be nice.
I'd rather be a Norman.
You be nice. You be nice.
Yeah, I don't know. I honestly, I am thinking of, because I've been like kind of secretly researching this stuff for a long time, and like
What?
you know, I have
What
like
thing?
people sort
Oh,
of out in the
check it out.
field, like just for the furry like subculture and stuff. Like, what the fuck is the deal?
Oh, they don't like
And
people
I don't know.
researching it. First off, if you're like in a,
I know
if
they
you're
don't.
like in
That's
a
why I've
convention,
had-
if you're talking to people, if you have a camera,
You should
they will.
you should talk to Josh. Talk to Kiwi Farms about what they don't like you researching.
No, like they've. There's
Oh,
that
I'm
one
sure
streamer
Kiwi
that
Farms has,
some
yeah,
guy tried to go
I'm
to
sure they know.
Anthrocon and just casually interview people. I think a year or two ago, and they like called the police on him.
Brandon
They-
Buckingham.
Yeah, I think that's it. But that's the tip of the iceberg. They do not. If they're gonna have anyone say anything about them, it has to be one of them giving like a totally glazed whitewashed version of it publicly. They don't want anyone independently looking into what actually goes on with them. They have to be the ones in control of the narrative. Otherwise, they just want to be shut down immediately.
Yeah, and that doesn't really bode well to me. Like, that's one of the things that made me kind of like want to do this stuff. It's like you have like people like you and Liz will go into these conventions and they'll be like, you know, hey, I don't know if you guys know, but you're encouraging children to come to this convention, and there's like a page of your website that's kind of like, if you're like a kid, if you're under 18, how to kind of like convince your parents to let you go to it.
Oh, apparently
and
part-
I'm saying-
no,
No, it was
apparently
beyond
there's a
that.
page about how
No.
to trick your parents and go anyway.
No, it's not about
Well, I
tricking
don't
the
know if
parents.
it's how to trick your parents, but like
I remember. I don't know if the page
Yeah.
is still up, but they had a whole page. It goes beyond what you're even remembering. It was a page that detailed if your parents refuse to give you permission to attend this event, here's how you can legally attend anyways without their consent. Like it was a
I think that's called tricking.
it was a step-by-step guide, like telling them here's how you do, here's like this like loophole, here's how you can like fill this thing. It was like explaining like this obscure method where they could like without their parents' consent and being under 18 still attend, you know, this for. And it's like, I'm like, why is this a huge critical part of your website? What are you doing?
Well, that's a good point. Don't you
I-
think the convention should be on the parents' side? Be like, yeah,
I would
want you
think
to,
that, but like
we want you to
it
protect your
was
child
weird.
and support your child.
From what I remember from what I think we're talking about the same thing, and from what I remember from that page, I don't remember that. I remember it describing like if you're under 18 and you want to attend this convention, here like what should you do? Here's how you should do this, and if you're at least this old, you don't even need your parents' permission anyway to come or something like that. I remember that. I don't remember like a like a how to get around the law or anything. I don't think they'd be that stupid, but they have
Such
that
a
going
crazy
on.
way to frame that, though.
That is a crazy way to frame that. Like, why are you, that's the one thing that bothered me a lot, right? And I'll get to that in a second. But like, they have that, and then at the same time, there's a convicted child pornographer on staff at the same convention. And Dave and Liz point this out. They go, "Do you guys know that there's this guy that's on your staff? He's a convicted child pornographer. He got convicted filming child pornography at another furry convention." And the response to that was, no, and also we don't have space for tables anymore for you ever again. Haha, see you later. And then like furries send Dave and Liz death threats after that. Like,
it wasn't a death threat. It was a low-key legal threat.
Well, there were people who sent you death threats. I'm not talking about like any specific person.
I don't remember the death threats, but that's
threats.
kind of in their vein, but I don't remember a specific death threat.
Well,
I don't know. We've had a lot of adventures. Like, I've probably forgotten more abuse that we've gone through than most people have even.
Adventures.
I've probably forgotten more abuse than most people have even had in their whole life at this stage.
And hey, to be fair, people send DMCA's to companies that have nothing to do with us to take our stuff down. So maybe there were death threats.
Oh yeah,
maybe FiberHub got them.
I mean, they'll target like upstream internet ISP providers. They'll do anything to try to get rid of Dreamkeepers and Vivid Publishing. It's crazy.
Yeah, okay. Like there was such a vicious and venomous reaction to you simply pointing out there are children that are encouraged to come to this event, and there is a guy who is a convicted child pornographer who
well,
is
I don't think
not
I
only
even
on staff,
I don't think I even
running panels.
I don't think I even mentioned.
I
don't think I even targeted like any existing staff members specifically. I think that if I'm remembering right, the thing that I'm thinking of is a guy that is a former, but like in the past he was on staff. But what I actually did was I was just it's right there in public on that petition. Like it's just, hey, now that the zoo sadism chat leaks have dropped, dear God, there's a big problem here. And what's the bare minimum thing? Rather than like posturing on social media and like feigning outrage for clicks and social approval, and then going right back to the way things always were, what would actually be helpful in maybe improving and cleaning up this situation a little bit?
Well, the funny thing is some of the furries at first thought we were doing that for clout or to get like attention or fame. It's like, no, what if we care about families and children and people who like our media?
Yeah, no,
I just cares if you were doing it for clout and fame. Like the result of that will be that children won't be in an unsafe environment.
Yeah, well,
around people that want to abuse them.
Well, for anyone that's not familiar, with any of this petition,
go on.
For anyone that's not familiar with the petition, and they're like, "What are you guys talking about? What did you try to do?" Just so you are aware, like the petition said, if there's people that have, not going based on internet rumor mills or anything like that, but if there are people that have been convicted in the court of law of being sex offenders that have sexually abused children or animals, that those people shouldn't be welcome to attend all ages furry conventions. I thought that was a very reasonable, very conservative, very common sense ask, but boy, we got lots of pushback from behind the scenes.
Yeah, isn't that interesting? And then like that, so that happens, right? And then you fast forward to like 2 or 3 years ago, and Brandon Buckingham, he goes to this convention, which I believe might have even been the same convention. I'm not 100% sure, but he goes to a furry convention. And at this furry convention, people see this guy with a camera, and they bring him into like this mutant's office that has like weird, tiny little baked bean shark teeth. And she's doing this really weird, like cartoon villain grin at him, being like, yes, you're not allowed to film.
Jason, are you sure it's a she? It might be something else. You might have to ask.
I don't fucking know what that was, but yeah. So like they bring him into this office, and they say this to him, and then he goes out and he's just like, I don't have permission to film here, but it's like where they were, it was something like where they were. It's like, you don't need permission to film here.
Well, it's just it was like a public common area. I think it was just
he wasn't even doing like he wasn't even doing like a Howard Stern, like, Howard Stern years ago, he went to one of the BronyCon, and of course it's Howard Stern. He went and found whoever it was he sent to correspond at the Brony convention. He sent them to find like the most fucked up people possible, and he had them going around and just being like, so what are you here for? And he's like, oh, sweet pony ass, as anyone would say. Like Brandon Buckingham wasn't even going around trying to find that kind of shit. He would go interview people who weren't even like in the suits or whatever. He would find them and just be like, so what are you guys doing here? Like, what's your spirit animal? What's like your first owner or whatever?
Yeah, it seemed like
and
he
would just let people talk.
Yeah, it seemed like he was I didn't get the vibe that he was trying to do any kind of a gotcha thing or going in there with an agenda. He was just sort of casually being like, "Oh, this is like a cool, quirky event. I bet this would be interesting to like talk to people here and see what they think." I don't think he even knew about. I don't think he was. I don't think he was even aware of the Zoo sadism chat leaks. I don't think he knew any of that stuff.
It really makes you wonder what
I don't know.
It makes you wonder what these furries want to do with people's kids and why they want their people's kids there so badly.
Well, like you have the thing that happened with you and Dave. And then you fast forward to now, and you have a guy who's going in. He's finding like people from all levels of like power level as far as furry stuff, right? Like he's just going and finding people in like jeans and t-shirts and just interviewing them and being like, what are you guys looking forward to at the convention and stuff? He's not going around and being like, when's the room party, huh? Do you guys diddle kids here? He's not going around and doing anything like that. He's just. Furries are a bit of a spectacle, as I think any furry would be able to admit that. To normal people, furries absolutely are a weird anomaly that some people find interesting. There's a growing resentment for them, but like there are still some people who just think that they're interesting and that there might be normal people in there. I don't think he was going to even highlight that. I think he just wanted to make a video where he went to a furry con and just like interviewed people because he just thought it would be interesting to see what it was like. He got tickets. The guy who was with him was like some rapper or something like that. He actually had a ticket. Like they had admittance and everything to go there and do that. And then they get dragged into this office and they go out and start filming again. They're not doing anything crazy. And then suddenly there's just these people like following them around, like shouting their name at them and telling them that they're going to call the police. And they're like chasing them out of the convention.
That sounds like a good video. Yeah. They should have definitely filmed that show.
I think when you put those two things together, you put the fact that like 8 to 10 years ago, I don't know how long it was. It wasn't that long ago. There were two people who had been going to these conventions for 6 years, and they said, "Hey, we think it might be a good idea to kick people who are convicted in the court of law."
It was longer than 6 years.
It was 12 years.
It was 12.
12 years, yeah. So 12. So a long time, right?
Yeah.
And these people say it might be a good idea to at least. If you're going to have people who are convicted sex offenders attend or be on staff at your conventions, maybe it'd be a good idea to not allow children to attend so that it prevents anything from happening. Or you can just get the sex offenders out and then whatever.
It really makes you wonder which sex offender or would-be sex offender like threw a bitch fit behind the scenes at these conventions.
I have no idea. I mean, that's the thing. It's so opaque. Like they don't let you see anything. But that's what I'm getting to is like you have that event happen, and then like years later, somebody goes and just films to have a good time at this convention and just check it out, and they're chasing him out like the fucking Chinese secret police because they just cannot allow someone who's not being like shepherded around from any kind of like media, not even like some YouTuber, to come in and just film anything. And it's like, what are you afraid he's going to see or record or upload in like the common area of the hotel or the convention center, whatever they have the convention at? I don't know what it is. I've never been to one of these things. But
Hazen, I have to tell you that, like, for example, with Anthrocon, they will reach out and give fluff pieces to the news and the media. But again, if somebody comes in like this normie in there and starts filming, they flip their shit and throw Cheerios.
Well, I mean,
because they're not in control of the furry image.
I don't want to name any specific conventions, but yeah, the general modus operandi is they will have sanctioned media contacts with local media where they will release this key information that makes them look like just cuddly, lovable. We're just people that like cartoon animals and we just like to be in costumes.
Pittsburgh loves them. Pittsburgh loves them.
Yeah,
so much.
It's only fluff. It's only glaze. But if you ever got anyone that was actually just trying to take a look for themselves without being told what to think, that person will be tracked down mercilessly. It's like, it would be like journalism in North Korea. Like if you're a journalist going to North Korea, you're going to be told exactly what to think. You're going to be showed like the best things, and you're going to be told, yeah, actually no one's ever been hungry here ever, and you need to report that, or we're going to kill you. And you'll never leave the country.
Or you can't get a table at the convention.
Yeah, like media coverage of furries is like media coverage from journalists in North Korea of North Korea. I don't know why it is like that, but that is how it is like.
A woo.
Truly.
But those two things together paint a really disturbing picture to me.
Again, it really makes you wonder why those events are all ages if they have like bondage and dildos and things at that convention.
Well, you'll see things at these fur conventions, and you'll see some of this stuff has leaked into like the Pride Parade stuff. Like Pride Parades used to just be they used to just be like, you know, we are gay and we have rights now, and people can't just like take us out back and shoot us. So
they're proud to be married.
We're gonna march and do a flag and stuff, and there might be a couple guys dressed up as women that are doing like dances or singing or something. Yippee, whatever. It's just like a little celebration, right?
Yeah, sure.
But like now you had both at fur cons and at Pride Parades, you have these people in those creepy pup hood things, which aren't even a furry thing, by the way. They're BDSM.
I saw someone go to an IHOP and take photos of themselves in public around children wearing that.
That's fucking insane. Yeah.
And barking at families.
That's not even the worst. What I'm getting to is like the worst thing I've seen so far with those is like those things already look cringe enough. If you're going to a fur con and you're wearing that thing, just consider not wearing it. But like there are people in that and the full like body harness and just like a Speedo, and they'll be outside walking around on the sidewalk on all fours, and they will allow children to come up and pet them like they were dogs.
Really? Like, are they aware that we think they're mentally ill and kind of retarded?
That, I mean,
like,
you don't even need to worry about what
that.
you think. Like kids should not be out in public making physical contact or even being within eyesight of people who are in like full fetish gear and nothing else.
It's really weird when they have to take that out of
crazy.
the bedroom. It really makes you wonder, like, nobody in the bedroom loves you enough. You have to take the dog mask in public to a restaurant.
Well, I mean, that's not the most.
I'm not going to get into like I'm not here to like psychoanalyze this. There's no need for it. Like, that should be a sex crime.
It should be.
That absolutely should be a sex crime. You should be tried, convicted, and jailed for indecent exposure and sexual contact with a minor if you were walking around in fetish gear and encouraging children to touch you.
This is the reason Discord thinks the children are in danger, and we need facial proof of all these people. This is why.
I have to scan my face and put my ID, my passport on something because some guy in a mask is letting kids touch him outside of Discord.
Well, like, plus the thing is, like, if there's
beyond comedy to me.
I don't know, if there's an event where I think the thing with a lot of furry conventions anyways, maybe not all, but most of them that I could think of, it's if you talk to the people that are like in these conventions and doing this stuff, they will very, very aggressively say, you're trying to take away our right to wear pup hoods or diapers or our fursona, and
would take away their right to wear those things.
Well, you know,
I think decent humanity and like decency should take away those ideas.
Well, their response would be,
would help.
if we're being like reasonable and not just totally belligerent. I think their response would be, well, that's the purpose of this event. The whole reason for this event is so that we can go somewhere and just be comfortable being ourselves and expressing who we are and what we are like and what we're into, because we can't do that in our normal day-to-day lives already. So this is the one space, this is the one place where we can walk around, you know, with like poop in our diapers or like bondage gear right out in public where everybody can see. This is the whole reason for the furry community to exist, is to support this thing exactly. And there will be, if you go on Blue Sky, there will be pages and pages and pages of people going on at great length about how furry has to be a kink-friendly space and supportive of all these different lifestyle kinks and all that stuff.
Interesting that they constantly tell you, they constantly chastise you for saying like, oh yeah, it's a fetish convention. It's like a sex thing. But then no, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. Like, yeah, it is. In Florida, they had to ban minors from coming to it because it was so fucking bad.
It's absolutely horrifying.
All it is.
Well, I don't.
Please point. Well, let's. Can you point to Disney? Like, Disney does a lot of furries. You watch Robin Hood and it launches 1,000 furries.
I guess like Zootopia is a better example of that for right now.
Fine, Zootopia, but where is the fetish
More
stuff
recent.
in Zootopia? Where do you look at that?
Yeah,
like,
that's kind of
like where.
Well, that's the thing. That's the thing is they want to tell you like, oh, that's what it's about. It's about celebrating anthropomorphic art.
Well, then why don't they want
how much anthropomorphic art is there that's not within eyesight of a table selling fucking animal dildos?
Yeah,
because really they choose dildos over drink keepers. So
like that's the big thing that I would kind of come back to is like I don't want to be telling people what kind of events they're allowed to have or what things are allowed to put on display.
I don't either.
I don't. But the thing is, like,
if you want to have an animal dildo convention, fine. Keep fucking kids out of it.
Yeah, exactly. But if it is going to be primarily for like a kink friendly space, and we need to like have a space to air out all these like sexual lifestyle things, honestly, like more power to you. I hope you have fun with that. But this should not be an all ages event, and also it's obviously not about entertainment. Like, it's not about the Rats of Nim, it's not about Black Sad, it's not about like Sonic or Star Fox okay, Liz, it's not about any of these things. It's not about a genre of entertainment. It's a little bit obnoxious to me when they pretend that it is about that, because I view that at this point, I didn't think this like 10 years ago, I didn't think this 5 years ago, but at this point I just really feel as though like pretending the community is about the genre of entertainment, that's just the mask. And the thing that's under the mask, it's like, no, it's about lifestyle and sexuality and stuff. And again, that's fine, but you stop trying to put a mask on over it and stop trying to get kids involved with it. And
because frankly, their mask isn't very good.
Well, then I disagree. I think the mask is cool. Like, that's why we first got into...
I mean, their mask.
Well, that's why we first started going to furry conventions, is because the mask is something I was like, oh, this is beautiful. People that wear all these badass costumes, and they're making custom this is like Halloween. It's like Halloween on steroids. I think costumes are cool. Look at all these cool custom-made costumes. I think comics are cool. I think cartoons are cool. All these like creative characters. Everyone's making their own characters. Like the mask makes it look like it's this like sparkling utopia of independent creativity and fun. But, trying to give it our absolute best efforts for over 2 decades, now I realize, oh, that literally is just the mask, and they want people to think that's what it's about, but if you try to get into it, you will find out that it is very much not about that at all. Like, not at all.
Well, that's what I mean about fluff pieces with the news, is that it's all just kind of, like, boo.
Yeah.
So you'll never guess the hidden gem in Pittsburgh.
Well, that's why I don't even...
Crazy week.
That's why I don't even want to get really negative about, like, if people have, like, different lifestyle choices, and, like, some people might think it's gross, some people might think it's not gross, whatever, like, that's fine. That's not what I'm, like, that's not really what I care about, but what I care about is, like, I really like working in this genre that I work in, and it's obnoxious to me that there was, like, it feels like there was, like, deception about what their community was actually about, and it's not actually about this genre in the least, like, not even marginally. And then, of course, like, the kids aspect is like, hey, this is also the thing that pulls kids in, is the idea that it's about cool cartoon animals and adventures, and it's not.
We know it was different 20 years ago. 20 years ago, there were other comics and like entertainment and magazines at the conventions.
Yes, but I feel like we
talked to a couple people. They've pushed them out.
Yeah. We've even had people, since we talked about some of this, I think, on social media, some people reached out to us and they're like, yeah, we used to sell all these different books and comics, and we had a great like table, and now we just can't get tables at any events anymore. We are the only ones that were selling like all these cool books and comics, and they've just like totally froze us out. So I feel like the fandom is just, it's becoming more of what it really has been under the surface all along, and
I think the mask is falling off, and they don't even care or notice.
Well, I think a lot of the new blood, they don't even see the reason for a mask, because they've grown up on this or been groomed into this, and so at this point they're like, well, why should we have to hide it? Why should we have to pretend? What's wrong with being like out and proud and really happy about all these things? And again, I would even say it's like, you know what? I don't think there's anything necessarily wrong with that, really. Just Just it's time to leave kids out of it, and let's stop pretending that it has anything to do with
Yeah.
entertainment or media content.
Like I'll say the same thing. Like I can't to think if anyone out there thinks that they can just like all the things I don't like that people do, I could put a stop to it. Like
Yeah.
there are people who literally like have friends at Google and they're like Kiwi Farms. There are people, they're extremely powerful people with just seemingly unlimited amounts of money that have been trying to shut down Kiwi Farms for over 10 years. And Kiwi Farms is still up. Kiwi Farms had its Cloudflare DDoS protection removed, and they eventually just developed their own. Like, you can't stop people from just doing the things that they want to do. And if they ever take down Kiwi Farms, it'll exist in some form somewhere else that they can't reach, even
Well,
if it's
yeah.
like shittier. But
I have to say, we had a personal problem with Kickstarter. We go to Indiegogo. We have a problem with Indiegogo. We build our own platform, and then Kickstarter, apologizes for what happened.
yeah, well, like what I'm saying is like, it'd be crazy of anyone to think like, oh, I don't like the things that furries do at conventions, so therefore everything should just come down and they should just stop.
Well,
Like,
that's what they did to us.
I think that's
That's
crazy.
what they did to Vivid and Dreamkeepers. Oh, I don't like what Vivid and Dreamkeepers say. We should just tear it all down. Sue
But you
them.
see how that worked out. Like the Dreamkeepers and Vivid are still going strong, even after several people attempt to try and get them like to just go away and disappear. But I'm not even getting into that. Like I'm saying, like the goal of this for me, like what should happen is not that people should stop with the sex shit or whatever, or that conventions should even change what their focus is. Like if that's what people, if con rats want to go to conventions for this reason and that's what they want, then that's the audience now. That has shifted, and that's what the convention should be about. It that's what the people who go to them want them to be about.
Yeah.
But leave fucking kids out of it. Leave kids out of it, and don't put stuff outside in public where kids are. Don't do things to try and like make contact with children. If you're gonna have if your event is going to be a sex event, if your thing is going to be people marching up and down the street in fetish gear, just leave children out of it. Like I think at a bare minimum, I don't think that's a big ask. I don't think that's a big ask. I don't think that's crazy. I don't think that's hard to do. But furries will try to convince you, especially the people who like run these things or have like power at them. They'll do everything they can to try to convince you that get convicted sex offenders out of our convention that we allow children to come to. Impossible. We just can't do it. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well, that's why, like, I don't know, I'm not even like advocating like we have to change this we have to change. It's like, even when
There's no changing it. There's
yeah.
no fixing that one.
Even when I submitted the petition, like, what was it, like 2017, 2018? I submitted the petition like for the furry community to consider. And it's like, hey, I'm not in charge of these decisions at these events, but this would be maybe something, if you guys are, if your concerns that you pretend and posture about in social media are legitimate, then here's something that can do more than just posturing on social media. This would actually improve the situation for everyone.
You were actually trying to help them, like maybe they didn't know they had a problem.
Yeah, like that's the thing is I didn't understand at that point. I thought it was I thought that these things were a bug, not a feature. But now it appears as though it's like, oh no, it's not that they were unaware of this type of thing. This is why this is like the reason under the mask.
This is why they do it.
Yeah, so I'm not even saying like, oh, furry conventions have to stop. We have to clean them up. No, like that's why I think we're done, and we're just gonna be going. If we're doing production this year, but when we go to conventions, we're gonna be going to conventions that are legitimately about media and entertainment, because that's what we are into all this for, and that's what we provide. I just think that I think it would be helpful for people to understand, especially if you're like a young person or like a budding artist, or you're getting into like making media or something. If you like, I don't want anyone to get fooled by the mask effectively. Like I think we were fooled by the mask. We tried to give this community our best efforts for a long time, and we see how that went. So if there's any young artists or people that are interested in this type of thing, or like interested in like getting their stuff out there, I would just say, understand what these events are about, and most of them are really just more like big sex and drug parties. That's why there's constantly ambulances out front. That's why there's constantly police like running around at these things, because they're just they're big sex and drug parties. And that's okay, but it means kids should not be going to them. Young people, like under 18, should not be going to them, definitely. And if you're an artist, or if you have a series that is not predicated on the sex and drug lifestyle of furries, then this really is not a place where you're going to find people that give a shit about what you're doing. And if you think it is, then you're being misled.
Well, I have to ask you, these normie comic conventions, like, I don't know, San Diego Comic-Con, are they all ages events?
I don't know. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
I'm pretty sure most Comic Cons are all ages events. Yeah.
Exactly.
But most Comic Cons now, granted, I'm sure at every
exactly
type of
what I'm missing something here. What are you talking about?
I'm just saying, nobody's ever had I don't think anyone's ever had a petition. San Diego Comic-Con needs to be 18 and up. You know, I just don't think they have the same.
Yeah, it's not full of like sex performances and like auctioning people off and stuff. You know?
Yeah, I don't think San Diego Comic-Con has diaper problems.
Yeah, they've never had to read a letter from the hotel. Like, the hotel has forced us to put this letter together. Please stop throwing diapers in the common areas. Please stop putting diapers into the hallway trash cans. Please stop putting like full diapers into
the elevator.
Like, no, seriously, conventions have had to be like, they won't let us come back next year unless we read this letter to all of you. You have to stop putting full diapers all over the common spaces. Listen, guys, we don't want to have to. We don't want to limit you. We want you to be like free and happy and celebrate all of this. But the mean old venue doesn't want
whatever you want at all times.
Yeah, but no, like, I don't. As far as I know, I don't think that's a thing that like mainstream anime or comic conventions or video game conventions have had to do. But like furry conventions, that's a recurring problem.
That's the shocker. It's a shocker because if you bring kids to a furry event, it's not the kids with the diapers. Who do you think that is?
Who do I think what is?
Who has the diapers at these conventions if it's not the kids?
Oh no, I think most people understand it's like an adult fetish thing. It's I think they call it, and I know all this because I've been in the furry community too long, I guess. ABDL, adult baby diaper lovers.
Bald.
Again, if that's your cup of tea, I guess have fun with it. But I think that you should probably be part of encouraging the events that you frequent to literally just leave kids out of it, because these should not be all ages events if they're predicated on adult sexual fetishes.
Really?
The couple furries I've tried to talk to, they always try to like fucking like roundabout you with that shit too. Like, if you're ever talking to a furry, you'll notice they'll do this thing where you're like, I saw one of them one time in some chat, and he was just like, I just don't understand why furries get such a bad reputation. And I'm just like, because of things like rainforest. And they're like, what do you mean? It was just a furry con. I'm like, yeah, it was just a furry con where people were literally like filling adult diapers with human feces and launching them like fucking trebuchets out of the fucking 3rd-story window. Like, they're breaking.
I've called police for that kind of behavior. I have done police reports when that kind of
Someone should fucking call the police, yeah. But like, they were like breaking people's windshields with like full adult diapers. They were just lobbing out of the fucking like 3rd and 4th story windows, and like, you say that to a furry, and a furry will respond with something like, well, look, man, I just don't have a problem with people having a diaper fetish or anything. I mean, that's their thing if that's what they like. And it's just like, how are you so awkwardly, deliberately misunderstanding what I'm fucking communicating to you? I am not talking about people having a fucking weird fetish or something. That's par for the course at these fucking conventions. I'm specifically talking about them using their fetish as like an excuse to do property damage and to like vandalize things and to just make a disgusting experience for anyone else around them, and have those people who did that been banned. Who are those people? What are those people's names? Do they still attend other furry conventions? Have other furry conventions like not had space for them the way they don't have space for Dave and Liz? Like, I have those kinds of questions for these other conventions, and there's something's going to happen, and I'm going to ask them these questions.
You know, hey, we want to know which furry convention had the chlorine gas attack.
Had the chlorine, which I think there was maybe more than one.
Which convention was that?
Oh no, that was we
There-
were
I
there
don't
for
know.
that. That was Midwest Fur Fest.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
They're asking.
I don't know. There's been that. I've heard that furries have almost burnt a hotel down trying to make crack in the little kitchenette thing in a hotel.
Did you hear about the ramen ruining an entire hot tub?
Well, I think the like
A
ramen ruining a hot tub is tame compared to like I think there was one convention where they had to evacuate the main convention building because someone had if I'm remembering right, put human feces into a garbage can in the lobby bathroom and lit it on fire.
They brag about this online. That's how we know. Is that they brag about like
Yeah, that's the
doing
thing
things
too.
with
Is
pizza.
it's
They're very
never just
proud.
like you find out about that from like a news organization. It's always that you find out about it because the person who did it is bragging about how funny it was
No.
on Twitter.
Well, yeah.
Like
I
no
mean, there's
news
somebody-
organization will ever report on this stuff for whatever reason. They are like absolutely hell bent on making sure that the image of the furries is forever sanitized and like squeaky clean, and so they
Because
won't.
people who work at those are probably fucking furries.
I couldn't say, but whatever happens, you will never in your life see a major mainstream news outlet report on literal flaming dookie garbage cans at local furry conventions. They will not touch it with a 10-foot pole. Does not matter how many flaming poops are on fire in the lobby. Does not matter how many hotels are evacuated, which includes, by the way, people that are not there for the event. It's just
Oh,
it's
they'd
just
love
not
that.
it's just not going to be newsworthy magically.
And you won't let me play psychology with all these people, Dave? You won't let me bring psychology into this?
Your personal opinion is not really relevant in terms of like what their policies should be. Let them have their own activities, let them have their own spaces or whatever. I just think it's good for us to understand, does Dreamkeepers really belong there? Is that event really about entertainment media? And
Maybe we're a little bit above and better than shitty diapers.
well, I don't think we need to bring value judgments into it. I don't know. I would imagine I can have my own opinion about that, and other people can have their own opinions about that. And if they don't line up, that's perfectly fine. But
Well, Chad is asking why we don't go to therapy about some of this stuff. It's like I think someone else should go to therapy.
I don't know. Like, I'm not sure what I would tell a therapist. Like, hey, there's some messed up stuff in the world. Yes, and very interesting. Tell me more. And then
Get over it, nerd.
then I'll look
$150
over.
later.
I'll look over off the couch, and out of the corner of my eye, I see that they're actually wearing a fursuit mask, and I'm like, no! And they're like, please tell me more about your problems. You see, this is all in your head.
$150 later. It's like, well, we got 20 more minutes. Let's keep going.
Well, this is a very good session, so we
Yeah,
need to
Theater,
continue.
That's how.
We need to continue having these
I was
sessions
gonna
until
say-
the world is better.
Theater, that's how most of the European furicons are, is what I understand. Is that they'll have like normal happy stuffy time, and then like at like 10 p.m. they're like, all right, kids, fuck off, go away. It's time for the night rave or whatever. And then they have the thing, and then they just like, it's just like adults there after that.
Yeah.
You know, honestly, the fursuits used to look better too. They all look like speckled dog huskies now. It's really kind
They
of
all
bland.
they all look like fucking Cookie Crisp mascot.
Yeah, I used to take
or
photos
something.
of the really
the Asian
beautiful
one looks
birds.
Asian ones look way better.
That's true. I used to take photos of the beautiful birds and exotic animals, and now it's just all the same over and over again. And I don't know if it's the
Yeah,
fur
you
makers or
used to
what.
see some, it's
Bad.
because like there's like 5 people making fursuits now, and they all use the same patterns. But
Yeah,
like
I'm old.
you used to see stuff that looked like the bird people from like the new Zelda games and stuff. It's like that's do I want to have sex with someone who's wearing that? Probably not. But that's a cool thing. Like that's a cool piece of art, I guess. I would say
maybe
that
maybe
it
it
is.
shows their inner personality originally, but now it's just
I
like
think it just shows craftsmanship. And,
yeah,
and
but now
I
it's
don't,
cookie
to
cutter.
me, like when I look at that, I'm not like, well, that's who they are on the inside. I'm just like, that's a cool piece of equipment. Like
Yeah.
that's neat. Like that would be amazing in like a fucking play or like a Broadway thing or something. Some of
Or a
them were
parade.
that good. Like the ones in Asia, they're they're way better. They're just way better. I'm sorry. They're far superior to the ones I see made and anywhere in the West.
That's how people get married over in the that area you're talking about. People got married in their
That area,
fursuits.
Asia.
Yes. I've never been. It's that unknown thing beyond the ocean. I'm American. I don't know what that is called.
I've always wanted to visit that
I'm
cabinet
American.
myself. Have you ever heard of this
What?
one cabinet? What's
I'm
this?
alive.
This cabinet? It's called Asia. Liz, you've gone to the Europe shelf, right?
I had sushi today. I get credit for that. I used a fork.
You are
You-
basically Japanese now.
I put an egg in my my microwave ramen.
And it exploded because I forgot to take it out of the shell.
I think
So now I have grenade soup.
what you do is you gotta drill the egg before you microwave it, and that way it won't explode.
Like out in Japan.
Is that
or
what you were
China-
doing? when
Yeah,
you were making coffee,
Japan.
is you were drilling holes in eggs.
Japan,
It is
Japan is the
Easter.
best ones. Japan's absolutely the best ones because the Japanese they're just born with like a +10 stat and like craftsmanship or something. I
That
don't
is
know what the
true.
fuck. There's something in the water in Japan that they're just incredibly, insanely good and meticulous about physical things that they make. Coding not so much all the time. But the physical things, yes, they're very good at those.
What?
And in China, some of those Japanese style fursuits, many of them, believe it or not, Grandpa, made by Japanese fursuit artists. There are even some in the Philippines now. Philippines is very big on like, well, I don't know how to phrase it. They're very much infected with Western like media stuff to a degree.
Ooh.
There was a cartoon movie called Hakapyai or something like that. I can't remember. I don't speak Tagalog, so I don't know what it's called. But it's called like You Animal, basically, and it's like a Adobe Illustrator or Adobe Animate made. I think it's Adobe Animate that they made. They made it in. It's just like a furry story about this girl who's just like a stupid spoiled whore basically. And she like cheats on this average kind of boyfriend that she has and stuff, but it's a good movie. Like she gets like what's coming to her and stuff in a way. It's like the I will say this, if you watch that movie, the ending is one of the most fucked up endings, and it doesn't seem like it is until you start thinking about it. But you go watch that movie though, it's really good. It's very heartbreaking, and it's not like it's sort of a stressful watch, but it's worth watching. But anyway, like that was one of the first things I saw come out of the Philippines. It was just like a very Filipino thing that seemed very inspired by like sort of Western media, and it was animated sort of similar to the way the Western media kind of is.
See, that's where I'm like, I feel like there's a lot of cool media. More than before, there's more furry type of media and characters and games and stuff coming out. So, like, in theory, it'd be cool if there was, like, some form of convention that legitimately was about that topic. But it's not the current, at least not the ones that we've been to, it's not the current furry conventions. They're really predominantly about the lifestyle stuff, which, again, I think is fine. It's helpful to finally have that indisputably understood. So it's like, oh, that's why this isn't a good fit after all. We fit somewhere where people actually are celebrating the things that we are actually like in that genre. So I don't even want to like change the furry conventions. It's like they should do what they do. It's just I just would like accurate labeling on products in a perfect world. You know, if you're getting like some cottage cheese or something, you're like, oh, cottage cheese, and oh, there's no arsenic in here? Perfect. You don't want to eat a whole pile of that and then be like, oh, it had arsenic in it. Inaccurate labeling.
You need a furry FDA to come in and like
a convention FDA.
The Furry
yeah.
Drug Administration.
We need the ingredients on this convention. What are the ingredients at this convention again? What should we expect when we go in here? Because right now it seems like the ingredients are very, very deliberately misleading, and I guess that's the only issue.
Yep.
Like, I don't want to be judgmental towards other people's lifestyle choices, because whatever, I'm not living your life. Have a good one. But when it comes to what should people expect when they are entering like this professional event, that like I think people should have accurate expectations instead of deliberately deceptive and misleading expectations put into place.
I think that it's crazy.
Extremely
It's not
unreasonable.
even. It's not. Yeah. It's not even like. It's not even like the deception is because like we just want to exist. Like you're existing all over the fucking place. It's because like there it seems to me just I don't have all the facts, right? So I can't say it is or isn't. But based on what I've seen over the years, it seems to me that there is an urgent desire to protect convicted sex offenders and the furry community. And it seems to me that there's a very defensive reaction when anybody ever like comments on like, hey, this thing is going on over here. Like I've literally heard from people who go to like they make their living going around to these conventions and selling stuff that like, yeah, I saw someone I knew was under 18 at a room party and I went and told the convention staff and they told me to never fucking talk about that again. And if I talked about it to the police, I would never get to come to the conventions again.
Whoa.
Like I've literally heard that from some of the people I've talked to. That like and that's why I say that person could be lying. That person could be making that stuff up. I don't think they are, but I don't have all the facts. I don't have like records of things, but I'm willing to. It seems to me from what I've seen over the years that if I did have those things, they would probably point me in the same direction that I think I'm kind of headed now, as far as like what I'm seeing.
Well, you might magically find yourself the target of a frivolous federal lawsuit, for instance. You might get so actively vilified by certain...
Well, they're not going to be able to do that to me anyway, but yeah.
Well, they doesn't stop them from trying. Like, it doesn't have to actually be predicated on anything legitimate whatsoever. They could just decide to try to do that to, financially destroy you.
Or just bully and threaten, because that would work on them,
Well, good luck doing that to someone who's in China.
Well, as it turns out, yeah.
Yeah, are you really gonna like what are you going to do? Write a letter to Xi Jinping saying, "We're furries and we believe this guy should be sued."
I mean, I kind of like to.
They're gonna take one look at that and go, "We don't have time. Fuck off! I don't have time with that. Shut up."
I'd kind of like to see that actually. That'd be
stupid American.
That'd be pretty fun.
Yeah.
Hey, it's overtime, but hey, just to clarify, they're asking if American animation is outsourced to other countries. Yes.
American animation? Oh yeah, most of that goes through like South Korea is one of the more popular countries to do that animation in.
There's also an Australian studio and there's Canadian, depending on where your taxpayer money is.
A lot of
Yeah, lately Canada,
a lot of your
Australia
anime goes through a South Korean studio called Dr. Movie.
They actually, technically, they legally have to say that it's done, and that's why if you read the credits at the end of a film, like Zootopia 2, you can see where it comes from.
I've heard people in Disney complain that like in recent years, they're like, we don't have any animators that can actually do what we used to do. Like, we have to outsource everything. We can't even have someone. No one here knows how to animate a horse running. That's beyond our capabilities now. We've lost that talent. Horse running, we don't know what to do. It was like, I don't know, they got rid of a lot of animators at Disney, if you're not aware of, over the last like decade and a half. And turns out they were getting rid of people with talents that they were not adequately replacing. So now it's not really so much of a choice. They kind of have to outsource a lot of their stuff because they can't do it anymore. And we are over time, so this background is coming along. Speaking of animation, it's just a nice little micro fun piece, but I don't know. I think the background is going to be very beautiful because it's going to be limited animation with Lilith having her shower, as you can see here, based off this comic page. So the background's got to be super pretty. I think there's probably going to be more animation in this background than on the character themselves. I'm going to be going for like the waterfall, like a little bit of light rippling underneath the surface of this water. That's why I like having the split in the water, so you can kind of see underneath, and it'll be all cool and atmospheric and immersive. Might make for a good like lo-fi background screen too, once we get some of our cool lo-fi stuff off the ground. But I dither on. Is there any announcements we need to hit the audience with before we call this a Monday stream?
On Friday, we're going to draw some griffins. Remember, it's Griffin Day.
I like Griffin Day. We'll draw some griffins on Friday.
What an announcement.
They say this is the ultimate art for Starfall Forest so far. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. I don't know, it's high enough resolution. We could even potentially turn it into a print or something. Maybe this will be a good art attack in Patreon sometime. Who knows?
It will be.
Yeah.
We need Lilith, though. You need to bring in some Lilith. Were we going to have a waterfall coming down?
Yep, I'm just getting like the rock and the basic static elements shaded up now. I've done, most of this stream is organizing stuff, getting some gradients and striations in the rock. I still got to do texturing, painting the textures in, and then of course the fun step is lighting. And then I didn't draw the waterfall itself because I knew that was going to be actually like literally animated in there. So I'll decide if I want to do the water surface animation in just Clip Studio here, or if that's going to be better off in Blender. But this is kind of fun too, because I feel like this is one of my animations where it's like AI is getting really good. We might be using those tools more in the future. So this is sort of like almost one of my last huzzahs where it's like, okay, totally just traditional classic hand-drawn animation. Let's do it. And I'm having fun, as silly as it is. So thank you everyone for hanging out with us, listening to us rant and rave for a while. I hope you had a good time. If you got offended, I hope you are having a good time being offended. And we'll see you everybody again on Friday. So
be offended and come back later. Come back for more offense.
Yeah.
Got more here.
Get out.
If you need
Don't come here.
if you need your hit, if you need your little hit of rage, come here. We've got the perfect rage bait just for you. All right, stream
Can't
ends
look away.
in 5, 4, 3, 2,